Let's say you're on TikTok or Facebook and you scroll past a post that says, "Instant cure for acne discovered," or "Famous politician arrested for smuggling money overseas." To be honest, it sounds real, and it looks real, so maybe you believe it. You like it, repost it, and share it with everybody else in your circle of friends and family. But here's the thing, none of those stories were true. They were all examples of fake news. Fake news isn't just harmless misinformation. It has real consequences. In a world where most of us get our news from social media sources, where posts move faster than facts, fake news isn't just an online issue. It's a social issue, a political issue, and yes, a you and me issue. So today, let's break it down. What fake news really is, how it spreads, and why it matters. Tying back to the three main information disorders we covered in the previous video, fake news is actually a specific type of info disorder which blends elements of misinformation, wrong info shared without intent to harm, disinformation, false info shared on purpose, and sometimes even malinformation, which is real info shared out of context to cause harm. Building upon a lie, fake news is fabricated information that's presented as real news, but in reality isn't. It might look like a real article or headline, but the initial goal is to disinform. And as for the people who believe it and share it, it becomes misinformation. Fake news can take many forms, such as made-up stories, like a fake claim that a celebrity quit their job, or a politician said something they didn't. Misleading headlines, where the title exaggerates or twists what the article really says. Out-of-context media, like reposting an old video during a new event to make it seem current. And satirical content that isn't labeled clearly and gets mistaken for real reporting. So how does fake news actually get from a small corner of the internet onto your screen and into your beliefs? There are three major drivers behind how it spreads: algorithms, virality, and human behavior, and they all work together. First, algorithms that prioritize engagement. We'll be going further into algorithms in a later series, so don't worry too much about it right now. For now, just remember that social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are powered by algorithms designed to maximize your screen time. They track how you interact with content, whether you click, like, share, comment, or even just pause to watch. These little actions are called engagement signals. The more engagement a post gets, especially if it happens quickly, the more the algorithm thinks this is the content people want, so it shows that post to even more users. And if that content happens to be fake, misleading, or manipulative, the algorithm will only see numbers. And guess what kind of content tends to get the most attention? Stuff that's shocking, emotional, and outrageous. And unfortunately for us, fake news is often a combination of all three. In 2023, a Northwestern University study found that algorithms amplify exactly the kind of content our brains are biased to pay attention to. They call it prime content: prestigious, in-group, moral, and emotional. The study explained that algorithms oversaturate our feeds with prime information, regardless of whether it's accurate or not. As a result, extreme or biased posts like fake news are more likely to fill your feed, while more accurate or balanced information gets buried. That leads me to the second point, virality. Fake news is actually designed to go viral. It usually starts with a headline that's outrageous, dramatic, or too shocking to ignore. Something like, "You won't believe what the government is hiding from you," or "This one fact changes everything you thought you knew about medicine." Then comes the snowball effect. People see that a post already has tons of likes or shares, so they assume it must be important or even true. This is called social proof. We're more likely to believe or reshare something if it looks like a lot of other people have already. A study by MIT found that fake news spreads up to 6 times faster than true news on platforms like Twitter, which is now X. Not only does it spread faster, but it also reaches more people and travels deeper into social networks. It all boils down to the fact that because fake news tends to be simpler, more emotional, and more surprising, people are more likely to react and repost to it. Finally, us. We play a huge role in spreading fake news as well. We're more likely to believe and share things that confirm our existing beliefs or spark strong emotions like anger, fear, or pride. We don't always stop to fact check before reposting. If it feels true, sometimes that's enough. And the more you engage with one kind of content, the more the algorithm recommends it in turn. Now, why should you care about fake news, apart from the obvious fact that it can mislead? Fake news doesn't just spread confusion, it can spread real harm. and we'll give you examples that show the impact of fake news that also have to do with the info disorders in the previous episode. In 2016, a completely fabricated story claimed that Hillary Clinton, then the Democratic presidential nominee, and her campaign chairman John Podesta were running a child trafficking ring out of a Washington, D.C. pizzeria called Comet Ping Pong. This politically motivated disinformation spread rapidly online, fueled by fake news websites and social media platforms. Despite being debunked by law enforcement and credible news outlets, the conspiracy persisted. The situation escalated when a man from North Carolina, believing the false claims, traveled to the pizzeria with a firearm to self-investigate. He fired shots inside the restaurant before being stopped. Fortunately, no one was injured, but the incident really shows the dangerous impact of fake news on public safety. After all that information, let's have a recap. Today we talked about fake news and how it spreads fast because it plays on our emotions and the systems like algorithms designed to keep us engaged. But just because something spreads quickly doesn't mean it's always true. By understanding how fake news works, we can pause, think, and choose what to believe carefully. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything new. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, we encourage you to like and subscribe. If you have any leftover questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment down below. We'll see you in the next video.